Rick Rock. Tick-tock. West hip-hop. Are you ready for some football? Ladies and gentlemen. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come.
Coach, for my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great NFC matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Redskins. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Just like that. Just like that.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jared McKinnon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 4 at the 33-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now second and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he rifles one incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And it's 3rd and 4.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Mike, 53.
Hey, 88.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Hey, Haywood.
On first down, Rodgers. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 5-yard gain on play. And the Seahawks first down.
Let's go.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Come on, QB, come on.
Number 50. Hey, you block over here.
54, Mike.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Throwing on second and long. Rodgers, Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football. So you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The seventh play now of this opening drive. This is third and long, though. Working from the gun, Rodgers. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. One will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
2nd and 10 at the Seahawks 49-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards.
Redskins first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Wilson. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Third and long. It's Wilson. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
380.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. You ain't doing nothing today.
One pass.
He's crashing.
380.
On 2nd down, it's Conner, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. From 3 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position, the ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it, and even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers, operating from the gun. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Rodgers again now. The quick slant caught. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And again, it's Rodgers. He's got it. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From a yard out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. To the catch made by Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized. Executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The kick by Maher is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, let's go. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want none.
On second down, Connor looking for space. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Redskins on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Here's Wilson. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The Redskins on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Good tight.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Good tight.
They go play action now. Wilson escaping the pressure right. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Come on out here. Come get some.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Second and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. 54.
26.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Hey, I-7.
From the gun, Rodgers. He finds McKinnon, complete. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep, D.D. Westbrook. He'll field this at the 5. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10.
16-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. On first down, Wilson. Forced out to his left. And this will be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Wilson going to throw again. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, Wilson. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all time.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyrell Williams in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Come on now, let's go!
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Watch QB drop.
Now a carry from Mack. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Hassan Reddick drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, Echo.
They can't hang with us. Let's go, let's go.
Rodgers now throwing again. He's going to let it go deep. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. George Kittle there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. It's going to be a long...
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Five.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got you. 53's to Mike. 53. Check 53. You can't block me. You can't begin.
Now it's Rodgers. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
One play has them to the 37 here for first and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Throwing is Wilson. Going up top. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he's got Sanu. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
Now it's Wilson. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On for the field goal, a 54-yard attempt.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 13.
Right.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Shoot. Watch the eye.
Check. All right.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Redskins on third down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
First down, Seahawks.
Rodgers now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
53, Mike. Hey, flag. I can't believe they even let you play. Slam.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Rodgers to throw again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
58.
Hey, we got Mike, number 50. 53. Check.
Rodgers to throw once more. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. The kick by Marr is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the bit. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson, and a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on 1st down, Wilson, he's airing it out for Sanu. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Caught by Sanu. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. They'll run on first down. Matt. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. From 10 yards out. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more that they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check. Inside.
Rodgers now to throw. Pass incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11.
Right there, 54, right there. Hey, check 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Sean Williams. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. On first down now, a run with McKinnon. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what...
He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Washington. Tyler Higbee. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it up to...
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there is really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
I'm trying to collect.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Hey, pick it up, defense.
2nd down, McKinnon. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
319. Let's go, tackle. Let's go.
Deuce. Check.
On 2nd down now, McKinnon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On first down, Johnson. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The tackle there by Brian Poole.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Again, it's Johnson. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. This will be a jet sweep to Crowder. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line.
58.
Mike, number 53.
Right now, you got 58.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Brandon, that touchdown certainly looks like the clincher to me.
Probably a little too much to overcome, don't you think?
I would agree. I say at this stage of the game, that touchdown should seal the fate.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
That's what I do.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Hassan Reddick. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Check 53.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Look again.
And they will take a knee here.
Rodgers on the field. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 13-yard line.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.